Whew, you know how long I've been waiting for this? Whew, I'm about to make a name for myself right here.
Lane, you're very lucky that I was able to bootleg the movie just to understand that movie reference.
You just remember what happened here today.
I like how you admitted to bootlegging a movie on a recording.
They call me
I'm terrified of theaters and COVID, and yet I actually went to see it in the theater. So
oh my God,
it's been a very financial, stressful month. I wanted to see it, so I said, "Screw it! I'm going to use the internet. What the internet was used for."
To the internet.
To be completely fair, movies are like insanely expensive, but you could have gone on Tuesday. Cue the roll call.
I think I
Connect. Loading.
Broadcast. Perfect. Show running super savant. Level up. Bluecaster super Ichi.
Loud and online. Greycaster Robolane.
Researcher of the Tokuverse. Yellowcaster Ultra Guard.
A spark of courage, the power of dreams. Orange Caster, Global Soft Perka.
Combining comedy and critique. On air since 2014. Radio Sentai Castranger.
Welcome to Radio Sentai Castranger, episode 499.
My name is Lane. You can go by the Robolane. Right.
Stop making fun of Cajun people.
No, I'm not making Joe. Fucking Gambit was fucking sick.
Gambit is my favorite X-Man and always has been since the original show.
I've always liked Gambit too, so it was really cool actually seeing Gambit after years of Gambit being like thrown in the dirt and tossed around by meta stuff. He finally got a chance. I'm sorry that I queued the roll call without asking. I don't know what possessed me to do that.
That's fine.
I also personally like that Channing Tatum got to be Gambit after being like.
Yeah, he was supposed to be Gambit for a long time.
So many years.
I was just gonna say, one thing that sucks for me is that Gambit is not such an amazing character in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but I like playing him anyway.
I learned that apparently he was supposed to be Gambit in X-Men Origins Wolverine, but he couldn't do it because he was busy doing G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra. But
clearly the correct choice.
Well, dude, I love Rise of Cobra. It's like one of my favorite guilty pleasure movies.
I mean, no, Rise of Cobra is a pretty solid movie, not gonna lie.
Retaliation's not too bad either.
It's not, but you can tell they wanted to do another one.
It's not as good as Rise of Cobra, but it's still got cool things. Like Cobra Commander looked so fucking badass.
Oh yeah, major upgrade in that. Major.
This last week I've been going back and rewatching the other two Deadpool movies, and honestly, after Deadpool and Wolverine, I'm tempted to go back and watch all of the X-Men movies because I don't think I've seen a single one.
All on Disney Plus.
They're all there. Just make sure when you get to Days of Futures Past, hunt down the Rogue cut. That includes the character. Yeah, and yes, it is called that because the character Rogue has more scenes in it.
I would imagine.
Also,
I would have called the Rogue cut and didn't have Rogue.
She went Rogue.
Also, I guess you can watch Age of Apocalypse. You don't need to watch Dark Phoenix.
Once again, I also, about X-Men, before we switch to being actually on topic, I realized I learned so many words from X-Men. Am I the only person who went through that where like that was the first time they ever heard the word Rogue, Gambit, Juggernaut,
probably
Wolverine?
Auschwitz.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure I learned all those words from X-Men.
I'm glad I said that and no one batted eye.
What did you say?
I noticed, but I didn't want to highlight it.
Because fucking Professor Xavier like stopped Magneto by making him relive the Holocaust in his head, and he's like, ah! Funny.
Yeah.
No, Holocaust is funny.
No, it's not. But welcome everyone. We are a
bunch of mutants.
We are a bunch of high evolutionary mutants that get together every week to talk about Kamen Rider Super Sentai and a third tokusatsu thing relating to things.
We also haven't mentioned the Pokemon of the week yet, I think.
Oh yeah, we did. It's Pig Night.
Oh, okay.
That means I need to show up as a giant M-bore.
Wow, episode 500 is M-bore.
Damn.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, so our topics for this week are Gotchard episode 48, Boonboomger episode 24, and our feature topics are episodes 3 and 4 of Sentai Daishikkaku, aka Ranger Rejects, aka Go-Go Loser Ranger, but I don't like either of those titles.
The Japanese Power Rangers.
The funniest shit happened. So I was playing Fortnite with Kevin this morning, and I'm talking to him like, "Oh, Kevin, you should watch this show. It's called the Sentai Daishikkaku. It's really cool." And I'm describing the plot to him, and he's like, "Oh, you mean Go-Go Loser Ranger?" And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't think you would know it by that title."
Yes, Cal, just like whatever the hell you just said.
Be extra virginal.
Be extra rangeral.
Oh, okay, sorry. Oh, we'll talk.
We'll get to that.
We'll talk about that.
Good God.
Oh, fuck.
All right. Before we get into news, I just want to put up a quick reminder here that today, this is mostly for the benefit of those listening. Today and early tomorrow is the last bit of time you have to submit questions to our Discord channel for the purposes of the Q&A that will be part of next week's episode.
Hell yeah.
All right,
Let's
so
go.
we have some news to talk
News
about.
mode.
So more trailers and such have been happening for the upcoming Kamen Rider Gavv series, and we have a bit of info regarding the cast and staff.
I just need to say, I've been like looking at this picture fucking constantly all week. It's so good.
All right, so we have our main character Shoma, played by Hidekazu Chinen, an alien stranded on Earth. He eats delicious snacks and sweets and produces small creatures called Gochizo. And from what I'm hearing, apparently they are all one-time use, and he has to just keep eating to make more in order to henshin. So what you're telling me?
Henshin devices are poop.
I was gonna say this is Kamen Rider Pikmin.
Oh my god, it kind of is.
So he's like a Yoshi.
It's so
Yeah, I think Yoshi is the best comparison actually.
Kinda.
so true.
Because he's male, but he makes eggs out of eating things, so I guess.
So he uses them to transform into Kamen Rider Gavv and fight the members of his race, the Granute. So he is a rogue alien from the villain faction to stop them from eating humanity.
Is this the first time a rider's ever been an alien? No, Nadeshko. Nadeshko's an alien.
Yeah, if you want to count her.
Oh, Nadeshko was an alien.
Space
I'm
anomaly.
not saying don't count her as an alien. I'm saying she literally used her alien shape-shifting powers to mimic a rider power set, so it's hard to explicitly consider her a rider, you know what I mean?
Oh, evil as well. I'm fucking stupid.
Yeah, also evil.
Alien.
Oh my god.
Alien.
And by the same token, what's his name? The spider dude.
Oh,
Spider-Man?
What the kill this?
And it turns out that the whole stomach thing is actually the villain's name.
Yeah, here's the thing. Okay, so the rumored name for the main character was Shoma Stomach, and now we know that the villains all have the last name Stomach, and Shoma is a rogue member of the race, which means the rumor about his name being Shoma Stomach is probably true, and I hate that.
That's funny.
Hate's a very strong word, Ichi.
Yeah.
Despise.
I just love the idea that experiencing the new flavors of the human world is what gives him his powers. This is strike, and they're aliens, and there's evil corporate characters. Is this a Kamen Rider made specifically for me?
Yeah, this is gonna be the Emily year.
I'm so sorry, guys. It's gonna be terrible.
No, what? I'm excited as fuck for Gavv. I can't wait.
Apparently all the villains' first names are different words for tongue, which means their names are all tongue stomach.
Oh my god, they have too much fun with them.
It makes sense. The Henshin belt Gavv is a stomach with a tongue.
Yeah, and all the monsters have the same design. Like, it's almost. I saw someone do a concept of like another Rider Gavv, and it's fucking haunting.
Yeah, I saw that too, where it's like split open as a stomach mouth.
Yeah.
Her name's Jeep stomach.
We'll get to it. We're going through the list.
Yeah,
All right,
I
so
was not aware that Jeep meant tongue in any language.
yeah, there's Rango, which is Lango in Esperanto. Grota is Greek. Nierv in Hungarian. Zita, Shita, Japanese, and Jeeb in Hindi.
Oh, it's a he.
Good God.
My bad.
I can't wait for the summer movie villain that is straight up just called Tongue.
Just drop all subtlety.
Like all salty English, like written all together. Tongue.
Kamen Rider Tongue.
No, Lane, I don't know if you'll catch this reference, but you know what this means? It's the Tongulus. It's one of those shitty indie horror games Game Grumps played.
Yeah, I don't remember.
The Tongulus.
You know what? The main villain rider should be a dentist.
We're all fucking year we're gonna be making jokes that their mooks are cavity creeps.
Yeah.
That was a bad crowd.
We make holes in Gavv.
All right, so our secondary rider, we have Yusuke Hino as Hanto Karakida, a bold and ambitious freelance journalist who gets intertwined with the Granute while looking for missing people around the city. After an incident, he ends up becoming Kamen Rider Valen and transforms as the Valen Buster.
Granute sounds like a Pokemon. I'm sorry.
It does.
When I hear that name, the first thing I think of is granola.
When I hear Granute, I don't know why. The first Pokemon that pops into my head is C-Dot.
Cause nut.
Why C-Dot?
I don't know. It just sounds right. I look at C-Dot, I'm like Granute. It just sounds right.
Just nickname your next C-Dot that.
But yeah, no,
Maybe
I was
will.
looking in the trailer. They have like a shot showing Valen. He's like dual wielding his Valen Buster and the chocolate
gun.
But then you see Gavv in his chocolate form dual wielding chocolate guns, and I just sitting there watching this GIF, and I'm just like,
they're just both standing there spraying their guns.
It's like, this is everything I've ever wanted. No, I love dual wielding. Like in Fortnite, the new season just dropped today. It's a Marvel season, and they added like dual SMGs, and I've just been abusing the shit out of them because I fucking love them. I love dual wielding shit. That's why I missed that shit in Halo. They stopped doing that after Halo 3, and I was pissed.
Behold, the villain of Kamen Rider Gavv.
Look at
There's legit. I opened up Pokemon Go, and there was a Lickitung outside.
wow.
Whoa!
He's coming for the snacks.
He
All right.
wants
For a
you.
shiny one.
I miss when Jesse had a Lickitung.
By the way, rest in peace to the actress who played both Misty and Jessie in the Pokemon dub, who passed away this last week.
She unfortunately passed away from cancer, so we can all say once again, F cancer.
Fuck cancer.
Cancer is the worst. If any, that's the one thing we everyone I hope can agree on is that cancer is the worst.
Cancer
Of
sucks.
course.
Nah, I hate cancer.
All right. Our next character in this article is Sachika Amane, played by Nozomi Miyabe, our female main character, I'm guessing. A bright and positive girl, she is the Gyaru president of the general store Hapipare. She is a new kind of heroine who adds color to the series, and the audience are asked to enjoy her interactions with Shoma. What does that mean, dude?
Hey Taro, why are we on the same wavelength? I also thought May.
I was also getting May vibes from her, kind of.
Yeah, I was too.
Little bit of May.
Who's
Maybe.
May again?
Maybe.
She was the female from Saber. The one Blaze wanted to become a Spado. We were all like, no.
Oh.
I was hoping she'd become a Spada as well. Blaze, don't worry.
I still can't believe Sophia became Caliber.
All right, next we have our main villains.
There's a character named Sophia.
We have our main villains who
Oh
look.
my god, there it is! Kamen Rider Gavv, his civilian form, Homer Simpson.
We have our fucking villains who look like they just raided a hot topic.
It's just like the Goblin King and his family. Oh my god, the Goblin King!
The Goblin King. The main enemies of the series, the Stomach families, members of the Granute race. They own a company called Stomach Corporation.
This is what happens when you use foreign words because they sound cool.
Yeah, but it doesn't quite work in reverse.
Well, maybe it works in Japan, but
not for us.
Oh boy.
Any fucking chance this show had of being taken seriously is fucking gone. He does look kind of like Japanese David Bowie.
That's what I was saying. He's the Goblin King.
Do you know who I feel like should be with like this group of people in the show? Fucking Gact. I think Gact would fit in so well.
Movie villain.
Sure.
I need to become a goth alien now.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't happen because Gact's retired and his voice is fucked. So
actually, he came out of retirement.
Oh, good for him! Yeah, Gact.
Cool.
To make.
I want to see him play pool again.
Actually, Barabo would fit in because oh my god, Barabo would fit in a lot because her name actually comes from the sound effect of sticking your tongue out.
Bitter.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna say.
Like Beroba from Eats.
I was just gonna say, to make a ironic joke, he got better.
Aw, that's good. I'm glad. Good, I'm glad.
All right, let's go through the members of the Goth Sentai. The main one is Rango's Stomach, played by Takashi Tsukamoto, the eldest son.
Rango's Stomach! That sounds like Ringo Starr. Fuck off, show.
It does. I almost feel like that might be on purpose, and I'm sort of mad.
Son of a bitch.
The eldest son of the Stomach family and current president of the Stomach Corporation. A charismatic leader with strong management skills, he dominates the world of granulated sweets. Is that where granute came from?
I hereby now dub he Willy Wonka.
Specifically the Tim Burton version.
Willy Wonka.
Yes.
The series wants you to experience his fearsomeness as he is someone with an overwhelming sense of menace. It's going to be real hard to be afraid of Captain Stomach.
His name, Captain Stomach.
Next we have Chitose Machi as Grota Stomach, the eldest daughter of the Stomach family. She oversees the confectionery manufacturing of the Stomach Corporation. She is seductive, but has overwhelming strength and bullish attitude. She is sure to intimidate anyone who sees her at first sight.
So it's going to be the fan favorite character.
Or at least the one most thirsted after.
Yes, like I said, everyone's favorite.
That's pretty.
For all the wrong reasons.
Oh, this guy looks like an Ichi character.
I was just looking his actor up because he's credited as being in Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, and I need to know who he was. Oh my god, he was Ushiro Maino. He was that asshole.
We've now got the glasses jerk corporate alien themed after a tongue and a stomach. Nope, I'm gone. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I went.
Okay, so Ryo Takizawa, who is goddamn Omaino Ushiro in Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, as Nierv Stomach, the second son of the Stomach family.
Nierv.
He is a scheming scientist who supports the company with his technical skills. Behind his smile is an unfathomable coldness as he conducts questionable research driven by his intellectual curiosity. He's the nerd.
So he's a combination of Shockwave and Starscream. He's
the mad scientist.
Yep.
And I like that.
He's gonna betray his bro at some point. He's gonna be the first to die.
Next we have the weird Cruella DeVille twins.
Yeah, what's with the two-tone hair? I like them, but
Honoga Kawasaki and Ruito Koga as the twins Theta and Jeep Stomach.
Jeep.
Beep beep, here comes Jeep. Theta is the second daughter and Jeep is the third son. Their job is the procurement of ingredients for sweets, and this wicked duo speaks to each other via telepathy.
That's a guy?
One of them is a guy. I can't tell which one.
Hey, if guys want to dress up like that, they're more than welcome to.
I think Jeep is the guy.
Yeah,
Yeah. Look at that face. That's a guy.
Yeah, Data is the second daughter, while Jeep is the third son.
Kaguya, that looks like someone's Danganronpa OC.
That looks like someone's VTuber.
Monokuma with this fucking hair.
I just keep thinking of Triggear's human form from Taiga.
Someone needs to shop Monokuma's face onto one of them.
Or just have one of them holding Monokuma.
There you go.
Probably the one with the... Yeah. All right, and then we get into the staff. Series will be written... Speaking of Danganronpa, the series will be written by Junko Komura, who did Zenkaiger, making this the first time they serve as a head writer for a Kamen Rider series. And joining director Teruaki Sugihara are Takayuki Shibasaki, who did Kamen Rider Beyond Generations, Satoshi Morita, who did Zio Next Time Gates Majesty, and Kazuya Kami Horiyuchi, who did the Build movie, Be the One movie. As Kamen Rider Gavv's suit actor, we have Yuya Nawada, who is the suit actor for 01. And then as Valen's suit actor, we have Kotaro Kaji, who was Doom's Geats.
Ooh, cool. My favorite Geats.
So yeah, Gavv will be premiering September 1st.
I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm getting all the Valen stuff.
I'm waiting until I see specific Gochizo that I like. And again, give me a Pop Rider, and I'm sold.
Right.
All right. Next news story. Speaking of Evol, they're putting out a high-spec belt for the Evol driver.
Very nice.
Premium Bandai. Basically, it's just so that adult fans can wear the Evol driver. If you want a belt with a matching color scheme. High-spec version with straps, joint, belt band, belt clasp, giving the complete selection modification feel to the Evol driver. It goes from about 80 centimeters to 100 centimeters around the waist. Premium Bandai web exclusive 6,600 yen February 2025 release. Evolve your belt now. Next, actor Tatsuya Kishida, who was Bamba in Ryu Soldier, has announced his marriage to announcer Yurina Takagi.
Aww, for Bamba.
The announcement was made August 8th. It is said that 4 8s symbolizes good fortune, because it was August 8th at 8:08 a.m. Japanese time.
Aww.
That's cute. The couple said... Sorry?
What? I was just thinking, you mentioned Bamba. My brain always just goes to his stance when they're jumping in the air.
I was thinking jumping Bamba.
Bamba won't hurt you, jumping
Now
Bamba.
He's jumped into marriage.
Hope he doesn't stab her.
Oh.
Yeah, I was thinking about stabbing too.
Stab the baby. What? Bamba, no. Stab the baby.
He's gonna be
Stab the baby. That's the joke!
They have a child that is born with a knife in hand.
What's that? A knife? No!
Exactly.
So proud. The couple's...
Is it a boy or a girl? It's well armed.
It's a threat.
Yeah, exactly.
In the announcement, the couple said they're looking forward to building a warm and loving home together and supporting each other and spreading happiness, and they appreciate the support from everyone.
Yeah.
Can you just imagine your kid in the future just going to class, just, all right, wait, time to talk about what your parents do. My dad's an actor. He was a ranger in Super Sentai. All the kids. And Ryu Soldier. Oh. They all got excited. And Ryu Soldier. Oh.
But he was Bamba. Huh?
My dad's Kamen Rider Geats.
He was Bamba. Her Ray?
Huh? Slightly up?
Yeah, Bamba was the best character out of all of them. Well, him and Nada.
Yeah.
I miss Nada.
All right. And our last news story. I think we talked about this before, but now we have some more images of the upcoming 30th anniversary edition of The Dictator from the Metal Hero series Blue SWAT.
Oh my god, it has a thing where you can like eject a magazine clip from the fucking handle. That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, Lane, it's a gun.
It's a real gun.
I want it. I just wish it wasn't fucking $220.
Oh yeah, Premium Bandai web exclusive 22,000 yen, releasing in February.
I hate how shit's so expensive nowadays.
Oh, it's actually got a mechanism to replicate the blowback action of like the thing popping out.
That's so cool. Oh my god.
So the item comes with 2 types of magazines, namely the regular 10-round magazine and a 32-round long magazine. It comes with a pedestal.
I got my fidget gun right here, so I'm good.
There's a yes, new kitchen gun.
Bang, bang, bang.
Mechanism was added to replicate the blowback action, and in conjunction with the slide blowback, the armor-piercing bullet called Hyper Bullet appears inside the gun. The item has 4 LEDs that light up when you use it. The muzzle and laser pointer also have light-up gimmicks. The muzzle light up when the trigger's pulled, and the laser pointer will light up when the special switch along with its sound effect will happen.
So, this thing's probably even better than like the prop they used.
Oh, this is cool. Once all bullets are fired, a sound effect indicating it will play, so you need to reload it with a different magazine to recreate the show's gunplay action. This is like the most accurate toy gun I've ever seen.
Can we like have this, but like for G3's fucking pistol?
It kind of looks like it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying last time. I would love G3's gun.
You can switch between semi-auto and full auto modes like the one seen in the show. Enjoy rapid fire play switching between the 2 types of magazines.
You know what I wouldn't mind getting my hands on someday? Frickin' they made a toy of it too. Frickin' G3X's like suitcase that turned into the minigun.
Wow. I would love to see a video of this. I need to see a video of this toy. This sounds super fun.
Yeah, and then you could actually do like the button combination and go gaijus.
Aside from sound effects, it also has 2 BGM tracks, the theme song and the insert song.
It also plays music.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just what you want out of your toy gun.
and like legit, I've never heard of this show ever. Maybe we'll talk about it on Castranger some day, but like
it's a Metal Hero show.
Cool. It's a sick fucking pistol. Like,
yeah.
It looks sick. I love it.
If I had to critique one thing, I don't like the little nub sticking out from under the bottom of the handle.
That's where you rest your hand,
I guess. But yeah, very, very cool. We already mentioned all the stats.
Yep.
And that is the news.
I want to see Megatron turn into this gun.
That'd be cool.
Yes.
Also, I do apologize if you hear the thunder going off in the background.
I do not.
And the thunder rolls. All right.
The Thundercats are outside.
Oh. All right, let's talk about Gotchard. Before we get into this week's episode, since Emily wasn't here for the last little bit, is there anything you want to talk about from previous episodes?
No, I think that this one is kind of the culmination of them anyway, so just wow, things are getting very intense. We're finding out some pretty big revelations about Rene and Atropos. I feel kind of dumb because I feel like I should have called that the whole thing that they were going through with Lachesis was meant to foreshadow that all of the dolls had models.
Yeah, this feels like a very shoehorned in thing at the end of them having human models they were based on, honestly.
Yes, but I never thought of that for some stupid reason. Like, my brain never went, so who are the other ones based on? And then, yeah, they pulled this out, because I feel like if I had thought of that, I would have just been, one of them's got to be Rene, right? Because the other female character. Yeah, but...
I was saying before that it was so funny that like they spent so much time about Lachesis and her human model, and it's just like
and then this they're just throwing in like the last 4 episodes.
But like it was more along the lines of like they find out who it is, and it's just like it's not even someone they feel like having on screen or giving a name. It's like some bitch, you know. But and then it's like that was all just for the purposes of them actually spending time on making it narratively significant who Atropos's model is.
No, but just like, yeah, she was just some idol, whatever.
I was so confused at the start of this episode because I'm just like, wait, what is like Geryon all of a sudden like give a shit? And
I was so let down by this episode because Geryon seemed like he was developing into an actual interesting character, and then nope, psych, it was a lie.
No, it was just him being a sneaky snake.
The fucking just him when he's talking about how much he was like trying to like give a shit about Fuga's stuff, and you just see him like looking at Fuga like when he's doing something. You just see his face just fucking twitching, like I fucking hate you.
It just makes
so
it just completely recontextualizes that scene near the start of the show or the episode where Geryon's like screaming and banging on Fuga's door. Save my daughter! Save my daughter! Help me!
Get my son! No, but you know what was a missed opportunity? This would have been so fucking like cool. They should have, for the flashback stuff, they should have shown like Geryon like had like it was like his one glasses had like it was like an actual pair of glasses at one point. And then when he became evil, he had like the one pair.
That would have been funny. It's just before he became evil, he had normal glasses.
Yeah. He just broke his glasses and was like, I don't want to sell any of my gold to buy more glasses, so I
only want to see half well.
But yeah, so
he definitely didn't see that combination happening later.
So apparently what Gaelia is planning on doing, based on her projections into the future, is to alchemically modify Atropos using Rine as an overlay unit, to borrow a Yu-Gi-Oh term, to turn Atropos into a giant, monstrous... They call it a chimera, but it's just a great big floating whatever the fuck. It reminds...
You call it a chimera, but aside from it being like combined from things, and I don't even know if it's that. I don't know how that's a chimera.
Yeah. Honestly, it reminded me of what they turned Uva into at the end of O's.
What was really fucked up was like you see it's like Atropos is like piloting it or whatever, and you just see Rine's dead corpse just fucking hanging from the
dangling
bottom,
from under it.
Like, Jesus fucking Christ! It's fucked up.
So what you're saying is, if we snip that rope and remove her from it, this thing no longer has power? That's some killer design.
Also, Fuga apparently rescued Spanner, nursed him back to health, and then when he fucked off to go help Geryon, like Spanner like happens to wake up and there's just a note for him going like, "Hey, sorry I had to go somewhere. Hope you're feeling better. Anyways, my lab's here for you to use whatever the fuck you want.
Go ahead and build your final form while no one gives a shit about you," is what that translates to.
I thought it was kind of shocking how much blood they showed when he was wiping Spanner's head off.
Oh, yeah. The Hotaro, you can see Hotaro too. He had like some scratches on his face. They fucked each other up.
Oh yeah. So Gaelia traps Fuga and Geryon in some sort of pocket mirror dimension and comes up with this Danganronpa ass fucking killing game that they make them play.
Yeah, it was just like, we will give you a gun and one bullet and you must decide who will use it.
And I love how they disguise it by making the bullet just made of light, because we can't show actual bullets on children, on television to children, I guess.
People can be hit by lasers of death, but they can't, and they can dissolve into particles, but can't just show bullets.
Can you tell the show is run out of money? The show is now run out of money, so instead of having this magical alchemy duel, Russian roulette.
Selin in the chat makes a good point. Someone in the writing staff recently discovered the indie game Buckshot Roulette, and they decided, me too. But as they're like trading the gun back and forth, we get Geryon giving this fucking sob story about how he created Atropos because he was jealous of Fuga having a loving daughter. And I don't even think that's accurate anymore based on how the reveal happens at the end of the episode. So great job giving us backstory that no longer matters by the end of the same episode it was revealed in.
Was it just complete lying? I'm not going to say anything because it would spoil the entire game, but if anybody knows, it reminds me of something in Deadly Premonition.
I've seen some of that game, but only what the Grumps played of it.
I have never heard of it.
It's amazing.
So apparently the way this pocket dimension works is the only things allowed in it are things necessary for a game of Russian roulette. And Hotaro proceeds to subvert that by turning himself into Bullet Chocho form because it's a gun.
I mean, it worked. I'm kind of shocked it worked, but it did.
They managed to make one of the weird CGI wild forms narratively significant. I have to applaud that at least.
Also, according to the wiki, this is the first time he's turned into that form since the 5th episode.
Oh yeah.
That's a bit sad.
Well, the CGI forms,
That's what happens.
So
That's what happens with forms.
The wild forms are used sparingly. Look at how many fucking forms Gotchard himself has. This is why the other riders get no more than 2 or 3 extra forms, because Gotchard has over a fucking 100.
Well, it was like in Revice when like Revice used that like ability where he summoned all the wild forms and at once, and
Oh, God.
never saw them again after that.
Good, they were travesties.
Yeah, that was the one thing of Revice he did not enjoy.
I love that about Revice.
I love Revice.
I love Revice. I just hated the remixes.
Remix. Fuck yeah. So like, I love Atropos. Like, I love when the Atropos and Ride are like cards. They become like heavy cards, and like Ride is just like.
Can't wait for those
like,
to go out on Premium Bandai.
I forgot what Ride said, but just Atropos just being sassy. It's just like, you're gonna die. Why do you care?
She was asking if Atropos is okay, and she's like, "Why do you care about me? You're the one who's about to die."
You're the one about to die, bitch. And I'm just like, whoa.
But yeah, so Gary, they all get knocked out of the mirror dimension out into some grassy area because scene change. And then Geryon steals Gaelia's chimera spell and modifies it so that he would control the result. And that's when he goes, ha ha ha, I only pretended to care about my fake alchemical child. I still want to do nothing but turn the world to solid gold. All right, okay, fucking gold. Yeah, gold member. And I'm like, all right, and I have lost interest in you as a character again. Thank you.
So then, yeah, of course, like Atropos takes like the hit for Ride, and then she's dying. She's like, I found out what I really wanted. All I wanted was a friend. And Ride's like, I can be your friend right now. And Atropos is like, cool.
And then they fuse together.
And then they fuse together.
And honestly, Twilight Majade is freaking awesome.
Another fucking driver attachment for the Gotchard driver, baby! How many more can we squeeze out?
And I love it's just a repaint of the Alchemist driver.
But then it's got 2 rings. I think that's cool.
I will say, Renee's acting when like Atropos died, well done. She did a fucking great job.
Applause for one of your few and far between moments of being able to actually emote.
Also, I just want to say the standby chime from Twilight Majade, fucking creepy. I don't like hearing it.
I mean, it's like light and darkness, so being slightly creepy feels on brand for it.
No, I don't like it. I kept hearing it, and I was just like, stop, please. It's bothering me.
I like it.
No.
Yeah,
it's cool. I like
it is. It is just a fucking Xyz summon. They're overlaying. But yeah, so we get Kamen Rider Twilight Majade. I think the design's alright. It's not my favorite, but I like it. The arm capes are an interesting choice. It reminds me of a specific chess piece from... It reminds me of a specific chess piece from Final Fantasy XIV that has that same effect, where it's capes attached to the back and then to the arms. Yeah, I don't know if I like it more than either of Majade's normal forms, but it is a logical progression considering it's Majade plus Atropos.
Yeah, Moon Cerberus is my favorite of hers.
Yeah.
So cool.
I'm personally not a fan of it.
Understandable.
I think it's just too much. It's like, if you wanted to make a mix of it, sure. But I feel like there are better executions in mixing like a light and dark motif. Prime example that I can think of, Thunderbreaster from Ultraman Orb. It's a good combination of a light character and a dark character.
Oh yeah.
Where
you know what? Vegas nailed it. It does feel like a movie form.
Honestly, the biggest problem with it is not in its design, it's the fact that it's showing up this late into the show. It was the same with Jean's fucking final form. I'm pretty sure Incredible Jean was a little bit earlier than this.
It was like a few episodes like before the finale.
It's showing up so late in the show that it won't have time to do anything significant aside from the debut episode where it killed Gaelia.
Sevens, you're not wrong. Technically, Majade is a movie writer.
That is also true, and that's really goddamn unfortunate.
Wow.
Kamen Rider, the Majade power set in general is just a cavalcade of bad timing.
Like let's see here. So 001 freaking Valkyrie like had like a second form like a couple episodes later. She didn't get a final form until like the V Cinema movie,
in which she got her ass handed to her in her debut fight.
Yeah. Valkyrie was never treated right.
Avalon, no, she was one off, so of course she's not going to get her own additional form. Jean, and then again, I just didn't like what they shit on Nago the way they did with Fantasy. I think they should have given her
I thought Fantasy form was really cool. I just think it's a shame they didn't use it effectively by like having her do Fantasy Beat at the same time.
Deceased, alive, but dating a STEM major. Yeah, you know what? Let's talk about that. So Atropos dies, and then it cuts to like Clotho like running because I guess she like sensed Atropos was in danger, and then she's like, "Oh fuck, I'm too late. No, my sister's dead." We don't even see Lachesis like feeling bad or anything. They just ignored her completely. I'm like,
maybe
okay.
they'll do something in the sense of like a director's cut for the streaming version. They'll showcase her reacting to Atropos's death.
I hope so, because I feel like I'm like they were sisters. Like, show your other sister being sad.
Clotho's whole thing this last half of the show has been, I want the three of us to go back the way we were, and that's all she's been trying to do.
The podcast. I don't know about you guys, but I have not been watching or listening to that like side series that the three of them have been doing.
I honestly forgot it even existed.
Agreed.
And there was also the Gotchard High School thing that I haven't looked at either.
Oh, the Blu-ray miniseries.
Gotta watch that.
Well, as the Discord was talking about it earlier, so we've talked about Lachesis' model, we know Atropos' model. Who the hell is Clotho's model, and will it even matter?
Not important.
No.
It's not important.
At this point, we're 2 episodes away from the end. Does it really matter?
It doesn't matter, and it never did.
I'm just gonna say, I'll barely remember these 3. I'm gonna remember the Stomach family.
I don't know if I can stomach it.
If Kamen Rider's taught me anything the last few years, don't trust goth people.
So anyways, this looks like the last couple episodes of Gotchard are just like, oh, let's give everyone a fucking last minute fucking form, because next week fucking Valvarad's coming in with a new form, and oh my god, finally a Valvarad design I can fucking get behind. Look at that shit!
I looked at it and my first thought was Silverad? What the fuck is this?
He's like a Terminator or something like that. I don't even give a shit that they took a bunch of fucking different suits and just mishmashed them together to make this one.
It's literally a kit bash.
Yeah, it's like they took parts from ZO2 and stuff, and I think they took
Boost.
I think they took Grease's undersuit. So
oh no, it was cross.
It's Valvarad Metal Cluster.
Oh yeah, it was cross charges undersuits. There you go, Ichi. We'll never see cross charge ever again.
Good. Fuck that form. But yeah, apparently this form is actually called Valvarad Kurogane. He used his own last name for his final form.
Yeah, but I think that translates to Black Steel, so it's Valvarad,
sure, but he's still using his own last name. What a cringe move!
I think it's because he modifies the belt so it doesn't require chemies. So it's a fully artificial suit.
Oh, so he's finally come full circle with his character, where he became a Kamen Rider and not have to use chemies.
That's actually interesting on a narrative level. His whole thing this last little bit has been rejecting chemies. For him to come up with a power set that doesn't use chemies, I actually think that's a neat move for him to make.
And Multi just posted a really cool picture of every piece of the kit bash.
Oh,
like
his chest pieces colors. From the Exate suits. Oh yeah, I can see it.
What is it?
Fuck.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the Zeo armor. Okay.
Anyways, this is my favorite Valvorad suit.
My problem here is we just had the 2 Spanner focused episodes, then we took a break to have a Rene episode, and then a Spanner episode again. I think it would have been a lot more narratively cohesive if next week's episode happened this week, and then we go focus on Rene for a couple episodes.
Yeah.
You know what would have made this better? If this happened like 15 episodes ago and not at the very end.
Also that, again, what I'm saying about the final forms debuting at the end of the fucking show before that, so they have no time to do anything cool outside of their debut episodes.
That's why Valvorad. Sorry, Lane. But that's why Valvorad's like newest form is just a kit bash. It doesn't matter.
We didn't.
It's literally.
It has so little airtime that it doesn't need to be original.
And as per Reiwa tradition, we're gonna get a form where Gotchard is just basic steam hopper. They're gonna do it because they do it every fucking year.
Oh yeah, the final battle will be him in a new version of Steam Hopper. Yeah.
Again, Revice was the best with that because it was literally just ultimate Revice, but without the extra armor on. It was so fucking clever.
No, Revice didn't do that. They just realized, oh shit, you're. All right, and they just kept changing forms back and forth.
No. They were fighting as Ultimate Revice against each other, and then they both smacked each other out of like the armor that was Ultimate Revice because it's basically Rex but with extra armor on, and they were fighting without the extra armor.
Extra armor.
Yeah, so that's how they made the excuse for that because you could see they still have the Ultimate Revice.
And anyway, yeah, everyone that's pointing out in the chat, they didn't do that with Geats.
No,
they Magnum. He did something with Magnum Boost.
I don't remember. But what Orb's saying about the main riders getting too many forms at the expense of everyone else, I think that is the biggest problem with Rider the last few years.
Too many suits that just get underused.
Too many suits.
I get it's for the sake of selling the gimmicks because the cards are a thing, but instead of the main rider having all of 90% of the cards and all of the forms, most of which won't see the light of day longer than 5 fucking minutes, we could have spread all of these cards and forms to other riders.
Or, here's a hypothetical. Instead of having 100 Chemi cards, do 50. Smaller amount, and like each form go like share the forms like around.
I get it, Gar, but they did want to make this like a collecting thing, and that's with every fucking type of trading card is you're not gonna have like just like 50 cards in the series. They're gonna have like hundreds.
They didn't even go to.
I will not be surprised in the least if for the next few years they just keep fucking making Chemi cards. They'll do it.
I don't know.
Chemi cards are the Ranger keys of Rider.
Only as long as they keep making Gotchard related movies and specials, which will be for the next couple of years at most.
I don't know. As long as Kamen Riders exist, they'll make fucking Rider cards of them.
As we've said this plenty, but not making the Chemi cards into an actual card game, the biggest miss of the season.
I don't know. I don't like card games, but I like cards with cool art, so...
Yeah, that was the best thing about the Chemi cards, was the gorgeous art. That's why we buy them.
Did you say gorgeous? Legend?
No!
Shit!
Boonboomger time!
Boom.
Baby made a boom boom.
I'm gonna admit, I'm gonna be the first one to admit this. I kind of fell out of this episode. It was kind of boring.
No, I'm gonna be the opposite. I'm gonna be. Lane is my Gene Siskel, and I am the Roger Ebert of this Boonboomger episode.
I like it.
This episode made me cry. For starters, it's a vast improvement over last week's episode.
What? I like
yes.
I like the baseball episode more.
I don't like Space Jam, but with baseball.
You would. I would. I did.
I did.
You know what? While you guys are going to be talking about this week's episode, I'm going to go back and watch last week's right now.
If the one thing that sticks out to me that I have to criticize about this episode is if his teacher Mahiro being a significant part of his life is going to be a thing, why did we not elaborate on what happened to her? All they said was she's long gone.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's all you know. That's all you need.
But that doesn't. Did she die? Did she run away? What happened?
You know what? Before we go all into this, Emily, what have you thought of Boonboomger in the last few episodes? What do you think of their new Zord
and power up?
It's fine. I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm sort of coasting through Boonboomger.
You're on cruise control.
Like, I like it. Like, it's not like I'm like, oh, this is gross and I don't like watching it. It's just I watch it and the episodes happen and I'm just like, that was a good episode. And that's all I really think. It hasn't really caused much to happen in my brain aside from, yeah, this is good.
Well,
this is fine.
This is fine.
Kyoger was Ichi's year, Boonboomger is my year, and Gav's gonna be your year, Emily. So don't worry.
Ataro in the chat is the implication is that the teacher died. I don't know if we can fully commit to that. Let's remember that when she was in his life, he was a young child, and for all we know, it could be as simple as she quit her job and went to work somewhere else, and I never saw her again.
I'm just saying, death comes for us all, no matter what and what age we are.
Also, just the fact that we just spent 2 years in fighting off this certain invasion of the Backstreet Boys tour.
Oh, yep.
This was longer than 2 years ago. Taiya was a child.
Are you suggesting that his teacher died of the pandemic? What the heck are you doing?
Maybe?
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
No, you know how she died? Car accident. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
He ran her over. What if that's it?
Yeah, imagine.
Oh my God,
what happened to her? You just see him just replaying the events.
What if that's why they didn't say it? Because they're going to reveal later that he accidentally ran her over with his car.
Oh, fuck.
No.
Meanwhile, she's the protagonist of an isekai and he has no idea.
Oh, fuck me, dude. Damn you, Truck-kun!
That's how Bundaria lost his license.
Great, now
Worst part is I can almost imagine that actually true.
We're so fucked in the head. First time we make a joke about him bombing a child in a hospital, and now his childhood crush teacher assistant fucking died in a car accident.
I'm not gonna lie, the episode when we talked about the bombing with the doll and everything was one of the best.
Shit.
That was one of the most I've ever laughed on the show.
Pi is just this fucking serial killer.
That's why he's so charitable. That's why this episode is about them doing community service at a child care center, because he feels guilty for all the crimes he's committed.
No. This next episode, he confesses to everyone. You just immediately see Joe just fucking handcuff him. You're under arrest.
No, but that's when the plot twist is the statute of limitations on that murder long expired.
No, so why do we have Joe here? He keeps track of me. What do you mean? He pulls up his pant leg. He's freaking under house.
He's under mansion arrest.
Yeah.
Wait, so how is he able to transform? Community service.
Are we just all going to agree in our personal headcanon that Ty is secretly like a serial killer?
No!
I don't know. He's befriended an alien. He has a weird obsession with cars. He's stupid rich, so he can cover up anything with the amount of money he has.
He inherited his fortune from his dead parents, whose murder he orchestrated.
It's a car accident. Just everyone involved in Taiya's life who gets close to finding out the truth about him, unfortunately, die in a car accident.
I'm just glad that we live in a universe where Castranger isn't as popular, because I feel like everyone would be just
the entire Toku community would come for our fucking throats.
Just making jokes here, people. We don't actually.
I know. I'm 100% shaking my head at you guys. Just like, what are you?
Probably long gone means she just moved away and just moved on with her life. Realistically, in all seriousness. So.
Maybe that's Seven brought up a good point. Maybe that's why the teacher is gone. She probably found out.
Leaved. She had to skip town. She was in danger.
Taiya paid her off.
Oh, and Bundaris is the hole that had to fill in Taiya's heart.
So moving on from that to something genuinely shocking that was explicitly said in the episode. Apparently, Bundi writes fucking romance fanfic.
Yep. Sure does.
Yeah,
I'm proud of him.
No, he said romance novels, so these are entire novels, presumably original, I hope.
Probably. I just felt like calling it fanfic for lulz.
It's like secret fanfics about like him and Bundario. That'd be funny. I'd love that. Just like Bundario reads it, he's like, this sounds an awful lot like. Wait a minute.
He pulls out one of the books. So the sheriff, the spy, the dealer, the rich man, and the space cowboy. Wait, this is just us. Keep reading. All right. And the very attractive agent woman. Okay, you know what? Stay away from her, Beauty. She's mine.
So anyways, the monster of the week was like a guitar.
It was so fucking funny how like Taiya being able to play guitar was a central narrative point of the episode, but then you cut to fucking Cannonborg and the three-seaters in a goddamn alleyway, and Cannonborg just looks around the trash in the alley that they're in, sees a guitar, and goes, "Fuck it, you're the monster of the week," for no reason relative to the narrative.
No, it was so weird. Like, you'd think that would tie in, and also the monster of the week looked like Six Shooter from Puppet Master.
It had some like bardic look going on, which was kind of neat. I like the design.
Also, I'm so glad that the three-seaters are now on the same page as us about Cannonborg, where even they're just like, we're done with you, man.
It's like, why can't we ever get gasoline? Maybe it's because we have bad leadership. What did you say? Nothing?
Yeah, no.
You heard me.
With the continued sass.
I love Yarukar.
I love Yarukar.
And it looks like next episode might be the end of Cannonborg. But
that's what I'm hearing.
Mad Rex.
No, here's my theory. Next episode, they're going to kill him off. The final episode of Geats comes out, episode 50. We're gonna get our
Gotchard.
like a recap episode. We're gonna. What did I say?
You said Geats.
I can't help it. They all start with fucking G.
Yeah, Geats, Gotchard, Gavv. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So yeah.
And if anyone's asking, yes, go Sager, go Kaiger, go Buster. We also did that with Sentai.
Holy shit!
Yep.
Anyways, so. Next episode, we're gonna kill Cannon. We're finally gonna defeat Cannonborg.
Okay.
Recap episode of the series,
and
then with Gavv episode 1,
new general.
Episode 26, we're gonna get our new general. Or 27, we're gonna get the new general.
So the guitar Maju uses its evil song to put people to sleep and trap them in artificial dreams of their own past memories. So we get to see we get to see Sakito relive his Star-Lord memories.
I like that idea.
Star-Lordy.
He's Star-Lord.
I wouldn't doubt they probably the writers probably did take a lot of inspiration from Star-Lord.
Oh my god! It's a 6-armed shooter wielding six shooters. Oh my god!
Yeah, 6 shots still better.
My brain, my brain can't comprehend this picture.
Also, I
That
guess
was my first thought with the Hashalian this week. I don't know why.
Also, I guess Bundi and Bundario just walk among the humans now.
That's like 36 shots.
Yeah, so much for fucking like hiding them from the public.
Yeah, they just walk around. Who the fuck cares now?
Saibu must be pissed.
Oh, there's probably so much paperwork, so much legality.
Yeah, that's where she's the whole time, just in the office doing paperwork. God, fucking Boonboomger, son of a bitch.
I love him, but fuck. But fuck him. What? What? No, I mean.
She does like Bundario. I know it.
She thinks he's cute in like a adorable sense, not a romantic sense.
I
love him. He's adorable. I want to keep a plushie of him. Oh my goodness. Can that be a joke for an episode later on? We go to her place and she has made a giant Bundario plushie.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
And she sleeps with it.
I could see that happening.
Like it's a giant body pillow of Bundario.
Oh. Premium Bandai.
My bed's a race car. What do you sleep in? I sleep in a bed with my wife. I actually knew a kid when I was a little kid who had like the sports car bed. It was fucking sick.
Cool.
Actually, fucking cool bed.
I think it's cute that Sonic has the car bed in the movies. But anyways, I like the monster of the week. I like his design of how his regular arms aren't controlling the guitar, but like the arms are on the guitar and he has his own arms.
I was getting like Lupin Pat vibes from him. He just felt like he should have been like a gangler of some kind.
He had like a bardic look to him, I think was the idea, because he was a guitar player. But yeah, like he had his normal arms, and then there were like 3 fake arms holding the guitar. But then there were some shots where he used his actual arms to strum the guitar separate from the 3 spare arms.
And then he would throw like the picks, like the guitar pick at the end. It's like, oh, that's a cool little side weapon to have.
That shot of Ichiro sniping the picks out of the air was really cool. But yeah, so Sakito and Taiya get hit with the Maju's attack and go into their dream realms. Sakito comes out of it real quick because he immediately realizes it's bullcrap, but Taiya is kind of into it for a while until everyone sings his song back at him, which helps him get out of it.
Now,
That
see,
song
this is
is so weird. I still wonder if it's like made for the show or if it's like a nursery rhyme in Japan.
Maybe, hopefully it's on the soundtrack.
It's going to be on the soundtrack, 100%.
But I was gonna say, I thought this was when I can't remember his name at the moment. Blue.
Ichiro.
I was expecting him to like leave for a bit and then come back with the teacher, or like they would try singing the song, it wouldn't work, so like he would have to go find her.
Yeah, I feel like we'll come back to this plot point later where like Ichiro will use his spy abilities to track her down if she is still alive.
Christmas episode.
Taiya, I got you the greatest gift of ever, your first love.
Greatest gift of ever. I love it.
Here's your second gift. Opens up the box. It's you know what, I'm not gonna go there.
Christmas form.
The 7 situation.
Yeah, so we get the fight, they defeat him, we get the... Okay, I will say I think the funniest thing about the Monster of the Week is after it grew giant, it started using its abilities to just pop up fucking red lights on the streets, and Bundario was like, oh no, I can't go through red lights! And then they switched to the fire truck.
I'm like, I was like, oh, because emergency vehicles can go through red lights, and then Tyler says, I'm like, he said it, because it's true.
It's so fucking funny.
I mean, it works.
Yeah. So we get to see Robo 119 again, which again I think is a very cool design.
I feel like if I were to change anything around. I feel like this should have been his debut episode. Like 119 like Boom Boom Robo 119.
I feel like the episode that form debuted in should have had more rescuing to do than the one that he had.
Yeah, because it debuted last week.
Yeah.
In the baseball episode, and it was sort of like shoehorned in.
Yeah, it's like, why is this here in this episode?
Where here, you know, it is essentially Taiya's personal Zord. This was a Taiya focused episode.
Yeah.
And it's because of him, like, it's because of his friends that came to his side in his desperate need. They come together to form the new form.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I didn't enjoy the episode too much, because it was like too focused on Taiya. Like, not that I don't like, I just like Taiya, like he's a really cool red.
No, I personally enjoyed this episode a lot more because it's like, you know, yes, I think it was just the baseball episode was too zany for me. This was sort of like they dialed it down a bit to where this is where Boonboomger should be. It's not over the top zaniness. It's like it's at that perfect layer of like reality and science fiction.
Also,
the
I don't know.
reality is that they go hang out with the daycare kids, and Taiya's upset because his personal favorite assistant teacher is no longer around. But you still have the sci-fi elements of the dream attacks from the Qatar Guraman.
Boonboomger every now and then just kind of has the vibe of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, where in their spare time the main characters are like doing community service type things.
Where sometimes it doesn't make sense because it's like, Joe, you're a cop. Shouldn't you be doing your work? Shouldn't
you be on duty?
Like you're all full-grown adults. At least Joe that I know has a real job. Friggin' Pink over there has several jobs.
Genba's just on Taiya's payroll. And I guess Sakito is too. One thing I wanted to mention real quick, I don't know if I talked about it last week when 119 Robo debuted, but the finishing attack for Robo 119 I think is fucking badass. Like the water swirling attack, super cool.
It just I don't know if I mentioned it before, but the combined form just screams Optimus Prime Super Mode from Car Robots in Disguise 2001. I think it's with the ladder on his back, the hose on the arm, like especially with how it comes together, forming a bigger arm, feet, and like a new headpiece.
I just like his gun just going soon.
Like the Boonboomger power set sound effects are already goofy and silly as hell, but then the Zun shit just takes it to a whole nother level.
That's kind of why I want the gun. Like I hate that it's so like the toy version's so tiny, but like I want it almost just for all the sounds, because the sounds are just so fucking satisfying.
We gotta wake him up and have all these like little knickknacks to wake him up
Gemba just comes in with this wagon full of all these instruments. All right, I got it, guys.
Like freaking pans, maracas. I'm surprised one of them didn't just bitch slap them.
And I like how they like swept under the rug the whole point of the power set for the monster of the episode. It's just like, usually what they do is get humans to scream in terror so they can collect their gasoline. But the way Cannonbarg explained it away is, all right, so this monster puts them to sleep and it extracts their bioenergy and will convert that into gasoline. And I'm like, all right, fucking Sailor Moon villain.
You can tell Cannonborg's starting to get desperate, especially since he just got the call from the higher-ups of like, dude, come on.
He did say at one point that he's running low on time, which I think is the foreshadowing that he will be removed soon.
Now, if he mentions he's getting married or he's retiring, we know his time is up.
I only have 2 days till retirement.
If he proclaims that this is if the next battle is his final battle, then we know, all right, he's a goner.
And he's
out of here.
And it's retirement with an accent on tire.
Yeah.
He just has to wait in line. It's just, you two? Yeah. Fucking Boonboomgers, I know, right?
Fucking Boonboomgers.
So next episode is the festival episode, because every Japanese show ever has to have one.
No, I'm just thinking, it's like, those 6 bastards took me out. 6? Fuck, when I was around, there was only 5. You can tell me there's more?
It looks like the 2 robots have some sort of like combination ability, or at least one standing in front of the other. I don't know that it's strictly a gataimen. And then right at the end of the preview, there was a shot of Boon Violet using the Zun gun. The Zun gun. I keep forgetting what it's actually called.
I don't think he's going to transform with it. I think he's just going to use it.
He's just going to do a Hisatsu with it, probably.
Yeah.
Now I want to see someone shop like Boon Violet 119. Yeah, so pretty alright episode. I hope we expand more on Mashiro-sensei and what happened to her in the future.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not, but regardless, great episode. A rank. Definitely a watch.
It was okay.
All right.
I just don't get it.
Well, I mean, Guard, to be fair, you have a more understanding and kind of different perspective of like Toku, so yeah. I'm here to see the Boonboomgers do Boonboonger stuff and Joe being Joe, so.
I love earlier Ataro in the Discord. Joe would absolutely leave on a peace conference.
Yeah, 100%. Totally within Joe's character.
All right, well, before we switch over, I assume Emily will be dipping out.
Unfortunately, yes, even though I really did want to do feature topic this week. Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm very glad that I was here for this one. I'm sorry I was absent for 2 weeks in a row. Stay safe, everybody. Stay cool, and bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, feature topic. Sentai Daishikkaku. I have already watched the whole season, and I love this show.
Can I just say, it's been a while since like I watched the show since last time we talked about it, and I still love the fucking ending.
Oh, the song is such a fucking banger.
The song, the dancing, like fuck, man, such a good ending.
So I've been rewatching the show the last week, just to get refreshed in my head for this discussion. Yes, the opening and ending are stuck in my head. I love the ending.
I love the ending way more than the opening.
And I listened to our discussion last time, and there are some updates that I would like to say.
Okay.
So I mentioned that this show's not gonna get an English dub. It ended up getting an English dub. It's actually a pretty good English dub. In fact, I think Haruki's English dub voice actor from Ultraman Z plays D. I think. I know he's in it. Number 2, this show's not going to get a second season. This show has been confirmed to not only get a second season, but a stage show in Japan with Sonoi's actor playing Red Keeper.
Yep, I remember I shared that on the news when that got announced.
Oh, that's right. So we're gonna get live action of these
Dragonkeepers.
That's gonna be sick. That's gonna be sick.
I can't wait to see the fucking suits.
Thirdly, I mentioned that this is sort of a shonen series, but I wasn't sure where. I looked it up. So the manga is released in the Weekly Shonen magazine. Not Shonen Jump, but Weekly Shonen.
Close enough.
Yeah.
All right,
so apparently it's 2 separate things.
So yeah, episode 3 picks up right after the end of episode 2, where Red Keeper used his artifact to murder permanently, I think it was Fighter F.
Yeah, Fighter F.
Yeah.
And actually, before we keep going, there is just one more thing I wanted to mention, because a lot of people figured this out before we did. So we never talk about episode titles here on Castranger. We just sort of jump straight into it. The episode titles, however, for this anime are all references to Super Sentai openings and endings.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so episode 1, Oretachi Muteki-sa, Oretachi Segi-sa Ryuji Sentai Dragonkeepers is a reference to the Die Ranger ending, the Invincible Die Rangers. Episode 2, Susume Sotonoi D, is a reference to the first Super Sentai opening, Go Rangers opening, I believe, or ending. Susume Go Ranger. I might be either the opening or ending. And yes, the third one here is Jacka's ending theme song, which I didn't get the titles of it right, because the reference that I picked out was it has the names in Japanese. It's like, great, that doesn't really help. Let me grab the other one quickly, because I bookmarked it on Twitter. Here they are. Yeah, okay, so episode 2 is Go Rangers opening. Episode 3, Someday a Flower of Villain Will Surely Bloom, is, of course, Jacka's ending. In episode 4, Soldier of Love Hibiki is a reference to Mask Man's ending, Soldier of Love Mask Man. So that is very creative, and I love it. And yes, so yeah, Fighter F is now dead from the Divine Artifact.
So yeah, the episode opens with a bit of a flashback establishing that 12 years ago, the Dragonkeepers killed most of the main boss monsters and then made the agreement with the Dusters that we keep this little shtick going. And this is the episode where we start to see Fighter D and Sakurama while they're interacting and sort of getting along, they're also at the same time clashing their ideologies about, like, D wants to destroy the Sentai and Sakurama wants to fix them from within, so they start to work together. Yeah.
I do like that Fighter D at one point just like because the guy's just like, oh, congratulations, you passed the test, you can start out as a ranger, and D's just like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fucks off.
So we start to get into a bit of the backstory with Sakurama. It starts off where he mentions that he wants to try and coexist with monsters. Is it this episode or next with the flashback about his family?
It was episode 4 is the flashback, and I
okay,
just want to...
we'll talk about that.
You know what, we'll get to it. We will get to it.
Yeah. So the plan in episode 3 is that D is trying to get his hands on Red Keeper's Divine Artifact, which serves as both their transformation items and their, like, immortal killing weaponry. And as we see over the couple episodes, each one has a different one. Red has a katana, Blue has a lance, and I don't think we've seen the other 3 throughout the whole first season, if I remember.
So in the first season, it's a yes or no question, Ichi. Do they explain where the divine artifacts come from?
I don't... If they did, I don't remember it.
So it's up in the air at the moment. But so yeah, I think D kills a guy in this episode.
Yeah, so D mimics Akabane, sneaks into the Sentai compound, and runs into Tokita guarding the locker where Red's divine artifact is kept. And Tokita is that one asshole in the Red squad.
In a fucking bag of golf clubs.
They just keep the super important divine artifact in a golf bag.
You know why? Do you know why too? It's because these guys are so egotistical, so up their own ass. They know no one will dare try to fuck with them. So it's like he can just leave it. He'd probably leave it like next to his fucking nightstand, and no one would fucking do anything about it because it's like, oh, I'm Red Keeper. Don't fuck with me.
Tokita apparently.
I'll get to it in episode 4, but like. We see how fucking brutal they are.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to say I've been watching the dub. Red Keeper's VA. I'm not sure how he is in other projects, but he is going for a Homelander like.
Oh, as if we already weren't making enough The Boys parallels.
Yeah, this is Sentai The Boys.
He's like just to do a quick impersonation, like his voice is deep in the bit. He's like, "All right, now hand over that divine artifact." No, okay, kill him.
Yep. He's a little more subtle in the Japanese version, but yeah.
Yeah, where this one, he has that not monotone. He has that like that voice that
baritone?
Makes him, like baritone voice that gives off like a Homelander like feel.
Yeah, there's bass and depth to it.
I do like a little bit later where like D gets like he gets out. It's like, oh, do you have the artifact? Yup. Looks up, just sees Red Keeper there. I gotta go.
I'm gonna call you back. But no, so D sneaks into the locked room where the artifact is, but apparently Tokita realizes that's not actually Akabane because he smells different. So he comes in after him to try to fight him.
Oh, the moment where like they pass by each other and you just see him just quickly just kind of eye him and then eyes go back forward. I was like, oh yeah, he knows.
Yeah,
he knows it's not him.
So like as they're confronting each other, Tokita gets his hands on the artifact and he's like, oh, I always wanted to try using this, and I was hoping so fucking bad that we'd see him actually henching into Red Keeper, but it doesn't happen.
Don't worry, he ends up becoming red with a golf club.
yeah. So like he's like threatening to like because he keeps like shooting D's like head off, and he's like, oh, I can fucking do this all day. You're just gonna keep like coming back, and he's like, fuck you. And then
maybe
like
this is why you dusters are so egotistical.
He
gives an interesting. He has an interesting line in this confrontation where he's like, "The fear of death is what makes humans grow stronger," and I'm like, "That's kind of an interesting point."
Yeah, and then like D just pulls out like a fucking like thing of dynamite, and he's just like, what are we gonna do with that? He's like, oh, show me this fear of death that makes you so strong.
That was such a fucking Deadpool move.
Oh no!
I saw that scene. I saw that.
Give off, like, energy.
That scene happened, and my brain went, "Hey, you want to know what the D stands for? Dynamite."
Careful, there could be booby traps. He said traps.
like it's cute in the dub where it's like, whoa, since when do you have those? Before you started blasting my face off.
I don't know if they confirmed it or not, but I think it's pretty safe to say that the dynamite he was holding was not real. He was just using his mimic ability to make it look like dynamite.
No, the dynamite was real.
Okay. Well, either way, he
uses it to his escape.
Right. Because he doesn't use it on Tokita because he ends up just clubbing him in the head and then killing him with golf clubs.
Yep.
I don't think he's coming back, guys. I think he's dead.
Yeah, people underestimate golf. Like you can fuck people up pretty hard with a golf club.
Ooh, he ain't gonna be in Dragonkeeper Zeo.
Especially with like a putter, because like a putter is more like straight, so you can just jam into someone's head. Anyways,
so
I like golf.
So D gets to the roof, and that's where he has the funniest moment. It's just like he looks up, and Red Keeper's just fucking standing there.
Yeah,
wait, aren't you supposed to be at the show? Yeah, but kind of said something was going on over here, so we moved the show here.
Yeah. So D pulls off this really nice double cross where he gets knocked off the edge and comes back with quote unquote the artifact, but then it turns out the actual artifact has been pulled long away from the scene.
I love when Red Keeper like he de-henshins or whatever, and he like goes over to grab the artifact and it just disappears, and he goes,
Nani?
He's like, oh shit. And just like later, it's so funny where like they're at their meeting and like you see him in costume. He's like, yeah, I had to get this like stage show costume. It smells.
In episode 4, he mentions he's wearing the stage show outfit, and I'm like, the way they treat their artifacts is so fucking lazy and lackadaisical, and just like, these are the things you need to transform, and you just leave them in closets.
Yeah, but I love that the other Dragonkeepers are just like, yeah, you fucked up, dude. we gotta fix this shit.
But so yeah, we're just before we get to episode 4, so you get to see Blue Keeper show up with his artifact, which is the giant fucking bone lance, which is awesome.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
And the first thing we see him do with it is turn D into like that version of Mario when he hits a pea balloon. You're a balloon now.
More like a D balloon.
And that it's just like you've been dusted.
And as episode 3 ends, we see that Suzukiri got her hands on the artifact.
Yep.
Good for her.
And then yeah, episode 4, yeah. So they all have like a meeting and they're all like eating and stuff, and so we get to see basically see the Dragonkeepers and their like
second in commands.
Yeah.
They refer to it as the sacred banquet. Apparently,
I heard Pink's fucking second in command talk, and I'm like, "Hi, Fumihiko."
Absolutely, Fumihiko. It's so funny that Kenpachi's voice actor is here because this is the scene where I started to realize, oh, this hierarchy is so just like the guard squads in Bleach. We have the captains, the lieutenants, and like everyone has their own squad of underlings.
Yeah.
You mentioned that last time.
Right.
Yeah. So D's the Ichigo Kurosaki of the show.
Yeah.
No. And then I heard like the little dragon mascot, and I'm just like, Goku?
That is in fact Masako Nozawa as Draggy.
Holy shit.
Which I feel like, you know what? Who else are you gonna get to voice a dragon?
I just didn't think Goku's VA did anything other than Goku.
And also,
she's Kid Taro from Ultraman.
Also, that evil god that shows up in this episode, his name is Peltrola, as you'll see in later episodes. Voiced by Deneb.
I liked him. He was cool.
Voiced by Deneb, Hochu Otsuka.
Oh, I'm sorry for all this unfortunate killing. Let me kill you some more.
Yeah.
Like the dub makes it so intense. It's like, who are you? Oh, you can just call me God.
Yeah.
I think my favorite I think my favorite like second in command was the middle schooler, like the Blues.
Yeah, she's fun.
She's just like freaking out, and she's like eating his food, and he's just like, "Stop eating my food!"
In the subtitles, it's like referred to as mistress, but in the dub, they go hard. He calls Suzukiri a side piece.
Oh
yeah.
I mean, same.
Like, so that's what you
same meaning.
And it's like, oh, so that's what you think of us. And like his little one is like, oh, Blue-chan, no.
Yeah, and then like the Yellow's assistant shows up late or whatever like that, and then just
Suzukiri.
Yeah, and like Blue's just constantly just like, you gonna apologize for holding up our meeting?
Also, I'm not gonna, I'm just not gonna beat around the bush about it. Suzukiri's hot.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, no, there's like this one shot of her, like I don't mean to be like a little like grab or whatever, like this one shot where you just see like the back of her thighs or whatever, and I just see like this,
the one where she bows down to apologize.
Yeah, I just see this thigh gap, and I'm just like,
as she bows over, it's like, oh yeah, you can tell what the animators were doing.
She's crazy and sadistic, but it's the hot kind.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like the Dom.
Oh yeah. Meanwhile, Red's second in command, Himura, as they're talking about how Red's artifact got stolen, gets right in his fucking face, insisting that he resign for his mistake, and Akabane responds by smashing him into the wall into bloody paste.
This is where the Homelander shit kind of starts.
Yep.
And you get this one cool shot, and I know this was probably like in the manga, this was like one panel, like one whole page, where it's just him sitting there covered in blood with like his subordinate like in the fucking wall, and he's just eating, just being like, all right, now where were we?
Yep.
I'm gonna check right now.
Yeah, that's got to be like a one-page panel in the manga. But it was a sick shot.
So the next scene we get introduces us to another junior member of the Blue Squad, Hekiru, the scythe-using guy who is just a bundle of anxiety.
I like the scythe, but God, this guy was weird.
Yeah. Especially once he started melting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
Weird.
But D and Sakurama reconvene in this cave in a forest, and they start talking about what they're going to do together. And this is just one throwaway bit where it's just like, wow, your mimicking ability is really impressive. And he's like, behold! And then he turns his hand into a cat.
I can turn my fingers into a cat.
I'm seeing people on my fingers!
It's like, now do me. Hey, yay.
And so this is where we start getting into Sakurama's very messed up backstory.
Can I start?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Fuck his parents. His parents are fucking. Okay,
So
I mean, I think they were kind of onto something.
It starts innocently enough. At first, it just seems like, oh, they're the kind of parents who wouldn't let them watch the violent Sentai Power Rangers TV show. And then it steps up to they start sympathizing with the monsters and blaming the Rangers for their invasion. And then it turns out they're in Culturalist cult.
No. Not only that, the very first scene where Sakurama's saving the kitten from the crows, and his dad walks up. Now, son, the crows need to eat as well.
Yeah.
So he lets him abandon the kitten that we see later is killed by the fucking crows.
Yep.
Go to the deepest pits of hell. I don't care what kind of logic that is.
That's fucked up.
That is so fucked in the head. Especially when it's something like now the crows need to eat. Yeah, but when it's feeding on something that can't even defend for itself, you twisted fucks. I'm glad they're fucking dead.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just can't help it. I am a huge cat lover.
No, I get it.
That just made me sick to the stomach.
It's honestly surprising that Hibiki isn't even more messed up than he already is. Somehow.
He is.
Yeah, so they end up coming up with this plan where they're effectively switching lives with each other and competing to see who can solve the problem the first. D is going to try and crush the Sentai from within, and Hibiki is going to try to fix them.
And by fixing them, he first cuts off his fucking arm.
Yeah, so that they can convince Hekiru that the Sakurama who goes back with them is the actual one, and that they fought off quote-unquote D. But damn, to so casually commit to cutting off your hand, that's fucked up.
But thank goodness he had a laser sword with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically the episode ends with D disguised as Sakurama going back to the Sentai base, and this is kind of going to be the focus for the next few episodes, basically the rest of the season, and this is where it starts to make sense why there were so many shots in the opening and ending of D disguising himself as Hibiki. Up until this episode, I had no idea why that was so prevalent in the opening and ending.
Yeah, but I like his original disguise. That was a good suit for him.
His quote unquote human form that he was using up till now, I think is a very cool design.
I liked it.
Right, the manga did it differently. I was just looking, I'm like, I don't remember him just using the laser blade and cutting off his own hand. No, it's a bit more he still uses the laser blade, but he ties his arm with a rope. He holds it in his mouth, pulling it tight, and then cuts his own arm off.
Well, yeah, because you cut off they cut the blood circulation off, so it's not you're not spraying blood everywhere when you fucking cut your arm off.
You know what? I think it's a regular blade.
Oh.
Yeah, because there's blood everywhere.
I like it. Dee's just like, dude, are you fucking okay? Don't worry, it's a scratch.
It's just a flesh wound.
Okay. Honestly, I didn't realize they switched until they actually revealed it. I was like, oh.
That was the point.
Yeah. So they got me. Good job, show.
But yeah, so this little arc of D sneaking into the Sentai disguised as Hibiki is going to be the focus of the next few episodes, because I've watched the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So the first 4 episodes and the first 6 chapters of the series is considered the first arc of the show. I love that D is not in tune with everyone when dancing.
Yeah,
I just love that one shot in the ending when like it's clearly them turning into the Dragonkeepers, but like at one point they have like capes, and I'm like, oh, them with the capes are so cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I'm rooting for D, but like I'm looking forward to seeing like how like fucked up the Dragonkeepers are, like how much real assholes they are.
Oh yeah, it gets pretty bad.
Oh boy, like Yellow, I'm very interested, but I feel like Green has got a lot going on, especially because we don't see his face.
All I can tell you so far is, as far as the first season goes, we see more of Blue and Pink, Green and Yellow not so much.
Okay, that's probably in the second season then.
Probably.
I feel like Green and Pink are like the like the most fucked up, like, you know, or like Green and Yellow are the most fucked up.
I can say that Pink is pretty fucked up.
Okay.
Pink is up. Pink is up there. I watched episode 5.
Is she like Stormfront levels fucked up?
No.
Okay.
That's all we'll say for now, and that will be Castranger for the week.
Woo!
Jikai Radio Sentai Castranger. Next week is episode 500.
Oh baby!
So,
I'm excited.
As we talked about last week, for this episode coming up next week, instead of our usual feature topics, we will be doing a Q&A session.
Yeah.
So on the 17th, over the next week or so, we're going to pick out questions that people have submitted into the Discord. And then for our feature topic next week, we will answer those questions.
Oh, and we should, for those that do listen to us live, just an update, we'll not be recording on the Friday.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be recording on the Saturday. Since it's episode 500, we all have Saturdays off. So we're all going to try and be together in person.
Yeah, We'll post in the Discord with an announcement of exactly what time. We're just trying to figure out when everyone will be over here so that we can do it.
Yeah.
All right. That will be Castranger for the week. Thank you, everyone, for listening, watching, liking, favoriting, sharing, subscribing, hitting the bell, and being awesome. As always, the primary source of our Castranger hijinks is castranger.podbean.com. From there, you can find our Facebook page, Twitter, Discord, Patreon, merch store, all of our cool shit. Let us know what you thought of these episodes in the comments. Let us know what you would like us to talk about in the near future. And we will see you next week for the big 500.
Oh!
Stay Sentai, everyone.